Part 1. Complete this story. When Mom he left the room, Jack asked by Birdie if he would like some banana. Birdie sighed, "Yes, please," and Jack picked up a slice of Hershey yogurt and let him take it with his beak from his finger. Jack ate a few spoonfuls of yogurt and talked about all the Birdie had told him. Eventually he asked, "How come you're so old?" "One. When you live life as long as I am, you get old," said Birdie. "But I don't feel old. I feel just like I did when I was a young fledgling." When was that?" asked Jack. "Oh, back in the time of King Alfred," said the Crow. "You heard of him, right?" "Two. Was he the one who had lots of you?" "No, Alfred was the one who burned the cakes." "Oh yes, I know he fought the Viking." "That's right. I'm glad they still teach a bit of history. I helped Alfred when he dropped his ring at the marshes. I found it, kept it back home, and as a reward, he told his magician to make me live forever. He could do for birds, but not for other beings like human." "That's really cool," said Jack. "Yes, I have had a lot of fun. I knew lots of kings, including Henry the Famous was the one with the waves. He often stayed down the road from here Hampton Court Place. Did was waves like there too?" "Three. Some of them still haunt. By the way, the house you live in is very old. All the land over there used to belong to Place, and your garden well was the boundary. This house belonged to the gatekeeper." "Whoa, what was he like?" asked Jack. "I don't care much for him," said the Crow with a shake of his head. "Once parent around me. He took cross when unlucky, when the excess opposite is true." "What happened to the arrow?" asked Jack. "4. Well, I bones of me, and got all bent because of the spell that Alfred magician put on me. I used up one my life thoughts, which was a pity." And the gatekeeper was running off the place, saying that which had taken over a crossbody. "What did they say?" "They told him a god and proper." "Don't you know that's when the king crossed the stage? He's protected by royal ransom as the deering in the park." 5. "Is that so? That's why called to be a king's crow," said Jack. Well, see. No, you learn something that you can tell your head. Tell you that." "I will," said Jack. And that evening, Jack did tell his dad what he had heard. When Dad asked where he had learned about the history of the house, Jack explained about the ancient crow and how he had read it all. Said Dad. "A talking crow, eh? Do you believe me?" asked Jack, a little disappointed. 6. "Oh, of course, I believe you," said Dad. You would not imagine something like that, would you?" "I might," said Jack, "but I didn't. It's all true." The Crow King told. "What his name, Jack?" "Birdie, I think," said Jack. "Or the least that what Mom called him. I think she knows him." Dad directed his chin. "Hey, Miranda." "Hey," he said. You haven't told me about the talking crow. The talking what? Said Mom. The talking crow. 9. Oh yes, check a little game I was going to tell you, but I haven't got around to it. He seems to have made friends with birds from the garden. How sweet, said Dad. 10. And Jack was not quite sure if Dad believed him or not about Birdie being able to talk. And that was Birdie History, the second in our new series about Birdie. It was written for story.com by Birdie and read by me, Richard Scott. Part 2. Making a note using your own words. At the beginning, a teacher came in and greeted his student and asked how they were to our museum last week. The teacher talked about modern art and giving an example of public art. Then teacher explained the purpose of public art, described three types of modern art: pop art, realism, and surrealism. First, in the public art, which become popular lately, the art is used in public place, building, gardens, so on. There is countless reason as to why the city put art in public place. The art can make the city more beautiful and interesting, like people enjoy public places in the can enjoy the everyday. Then teacher give an example of the silver spoon and the cherry, a giant splendour made usually from steel, aluminum, with a pop art. Pop art usually uses common thing like food the people see in their everyday life and made into a giant sculpture. A female student like because it's simple to understand. When the teacher asks for another opinion, a male student thinks that public art should be something important that can be found in everyday life. The teacher answered that the public are have problem with is some people make misinterpret the purpose and won't like it. The teacher continued explain another purpose of public art which it's keeping another concept that give message using instead of word or even to promote someone's belief. Then the shows another giant sculpture with the concept of peace, a giant metal sculpture of young woman and horseman. So life like a realistic using realism style of art. So in that sculpture in the made with the realism style with the concept of peace because no student asks this time. The teacher continued to another sculpture with the idea of peace, a gun tied into the knot, the end. It was an example of surrealism because it is impossible to tie a gun into a knot, and it was also a concept of peace because the gun is tied into a knot and cannot fire. That's how the public art can make the public place more beautiful and convey the message of idea or concept to people. Thank you.